Later this year, in the second half of 2025, we are going to see the new Polestar 5, which is going to be revealed to the world. And also in 2027, Polestar are going to launch the Polestar 7, which is a small, compact electric SUV. So in this video, we're going to talk about what we know and also a little bit of speculation about the new Polestar 5 and Polestar 7. Before we kick off this video, Horde are actually giving away a brand new Xpeng G9 electric SUV. All you have to do is download the app and then have 2 friends sign up. Use the referral code ChrisRifa to get 500 bonus starting points. Link down below. Every time I make a video about a new Polestar, I have to address this, and that is Polestar's dumb naming convention. And instead of, having numbers correlate to the size of the car or the price point. For example, like with a BMW, a 7 Series is more expensive and bigger than a 5 Series, which is more expensive and bigger than a 3 Series, and then so on and so forth. But with Polestar, they have instead chosen to go in a chronological order where the first car they made was called the Polestar 1, the second car they made was called the Polestar 2, the third car they made is called the Polestar 3, etc, etc. So there's no correlation between the number and where the car sits in the range. And I think this is dumb. I was hoping with the new CEO, Mikael Lorschelid, that they would fix this new naming scheme. But no, it seems like the Polestar 5 is their next car because they just launched the Polestar 4. And then we're going to see the Polestar 6, which is a roadster coupe. And then we're going to see the Polestar 7, which is going to be their cheapest entry-level model. So let's start out with the Polestar 5 and what we know so far and what is new. Well, this is a large 4-door performance electric saloon. Super Saloon, Super GT, GT Performance Saloon, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be a large, sporty electric saloon that is going to, size-wise and performance-wise, going to compete with the Porsche Panamera and then the upcoming electric Porsche Panamera. And I was very lucky to go see the Polestar Precept, which was the precursor to the Polestar 5, which is the car the Polestar 5 is based on, back in 2021 at the International Auto Show in Munich. And I actually got to see it in person while interviewing Max Mizzoni, who was at the time head of design at Polestar. That's a really cool video. I'm going to link it down below. So this new production version is going to be very close to that concept, and I can't wait because that concept in person is one of the most beautiful and striking vehicles. And the photos we've seen of the Polestar 5, yeah, it's pretty much the same car. But this is going to be an expensive electric saloon, 100,000 euros, $100,000 plus starting price. But also there's going to be a top of the line performance version with almost 900 horsepower, doing 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in less than 3 seconds. And what we know now is that this will have a 103 kilowatt hour battery pack, and that's probably the gross capacity. So I'm guessing usable capacity at around 100, maybe 99, but hopefully closer to 100. And this is also going to be built on a new 800 volt architecture that hopefully will trickle down into the other Polestar models like the new 3 and the 4, because with this new platform they've actually showed a charging video, though those charging speeds they showed in that video isn't possible on public chargers because they don't deliver more than 500 amps. But still, with a 500 amp charger on an 800 volt architecture, I still think we're going to see 350 kilowatts of peak charging speeds and 10 to 80% in 20 minutes or less. So this is going to be a very exciting new electric car that hopefully I'm going to get early access to later in the year and to drive for you guys on camera. The Polestar 7 was actually announced back in April of last year when Thomas Ingelott was still CEO of the company. So this isn't a new announcement, but what is new is that this car is going to be built in Europe. And this actually tells us a whole bunch about what this car is going to be and based on. Because there's another Geely product that's going to be built in Europe very soon, and that is the Volvo EX30, which is going to start up production at the Ghent Volvo plant in Belgium, where they currently build Volvo EX40s and C 40s. So it's pretty safe to assume that this new Polestar 7 is going to be built at that plant, and it's pretty safe to assume that this new Polestar is going to be based on the SEA platform, which currently underpins the Volvo EX30, the Zeekr X, and also the Smart #1. But hopefully it's not just going to be a copy of the Volvo or any of these other cars built on this platform, because these three cars are actually very different when it comes to the exterior and even the interior and even the wheelbase. There are different versions of this platform on different wheelbases. And I'm hoping that this Polestar 7 will be closer in size to that Smart #1, having a longer wheelbase and better rear leg room, because it's no secret that the rear seats in the EX30 are small. Okay, can you move your your back a little bit forward?
Yeah.
Okay, so right away, I had to ask him to move the seat forward.
How much space do you have? Yeah.
Well, are you comfortable now?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
So you're good now.
Yeah.
You're a little bit shorter than me, but if I was behind myself,
Yeah.
like I would have been touching knees. But
Yeah.
this is, so you're about in the same position as you were in the Smart?
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's so much less room here, and then there's no adjustability in the seat. In the Smart, we didn't show that you can actually also do the backrest.
You can tilt the back.
But here you can't do anything.
No.
And there's also no
Armrest.
There's no armrest.
It's so stupid.
That is dumb.
Yeah,
but
is
at
dumb.
least you have rear window switches here on the center console, and then you have this. So we can expect this new version to come in a rear-wheel drive single motor and also a dual motor performance version with more than 420 horsepower and 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in close to 3.5 seconds. So it's going to be a performance machine, but hopefully it's going to look like a Polestar on the exterior and on the interior. And pricing, at least here in Norway, is going to start hopefully from 35,000 euros. And at that price point, this is going to be a competitive vehicle, especially if they can make it look premium and make the interior nice and it not being too small on the interior. Horde lets you become the boss of your own economy. The app will show you how much debt you have across different creditors, and you can even refinance inside the app so you can collect that debt in one place to get lower interest rates and lower monthly costs. Get a free non-binding quote today through the app and become the boss of your own economy. Use the referral code LRIFA to get 500 points, which you can use in the reward store or towards your debt. A huge thanks to Horde for sponsoring this video. So guys, let me know what you think about the new Polestar 5 that is coming later this year. Are you excited? And also about the Polestar 7 coming in 2027. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please drop me a thumbs up down below. And for more car content, as always, please subscribe. See you guys then. Goodbye.